So those 6 goals, crucially, as well as the 3 points, put Manchester United in third on 26 points. They still have a game in hand, which is away at Burnley. If they were to win that, they would be 2 points behind the champions Liverpool. Everton are also in those Champions League places. Tottenham aren't after that defeat at home to Leicester. Leeds stay 14th, 17 points. They're still 7 clear of the drop zone. Remember, Burnley have the opportunity to move. So for the 4th time in the Premier League this season, 5 goals in the first half. We'll talk to the former Leeds striker Robbie Keane in a moment, but let's get straight into it. What a start. 66 seconds for Manchester United, Michael. And Scott McTominay, an unlikely source.
Well, we expected goals, didn't we? But this has been unbelievable. I think Phillips is at fault here. You see 3.
Michael. And Scott McTominay, an unlikely source.
Well, we expected goals, didn't we? But this has been unbelievable. I think Phillips is at fault here. You see there's 3 players that he can pass to, but Paul was a master of this position. Phillips, Incy, I'm sure he's vacated his area.
Sucked in a position where he shouldn't really be.
Yeah, and then that's been a theme, Steve, of the first half. This wide open space in front of the Leeds defence. I mean, and Manchester United are basically running riot in that area. Phillips, when you're a sitting midfield player, sometimes you just got to mark spaces, as Paul will know only too well. But he just tends to chase everybody. They've only got 1 man in there anyway. I mean, Manchester United were debating whether to go 1 or 2 men in there today. They've gone with 2. Leeds only go with 1, and then that person ends up running all over the place and leaving huge holes. Unbelievable.
1 minute, 44 seconds later, he was at it again.
Well, you would have thought. You talk about. It's not just Phillips here. It is click here. Look, can't even see his man. There's no communication whatsoever. Alioski can see the man running. There's no communication from Alioski to say, man beyond you. He's got his eyes looking at the ball. As a midfield player, you've got to be shoulders. You've got to know where your midfield player is. He doesn't, and it's a wonderful finish from now.
It's a great crossover as well off the throw-in. That's underrated, actually. People making space from the throw-in. So it's good movement from Manchester United. That touch is brilliant, and the finish is exquisite as well. Fair play to McTominay. 2 great finishes, but Leeds are leaving him so wide open. He's must be getting so tempted to just burst into that area. Well, he obviously has twice. Leeds need to be tighter.
Yeah, well, one man who loves spaces in that area is the former Leeds United striker Robbie Keane. But as the boys are saying, Robbie, we know Leeds won't change, but could you even believe at the start how much space Manchester United had then?
No. Michael obviously alluded to it as well. So there's too much space, and as you said, Incy was a master in that position. The problem is with Leeds is that they want to commit bodies forward all the time, and they'll continue to do it the second half as well. But what it does do, it gives a lot of space for the Man United midfielders. And as you said, as Mo said, that they're absolutely delighted at half time. I think it'd be more the same for Man United to try and get behind in between the lines, Phillips and stuff like that, because they've got so much energy going forward. But as I said, they leave too much gaps, and that's cost them, obviously.
And for the 3rd goal, Michael, Bruno Fernandez was the latest to profit.
Yeah, I thought Rodrigo almost made a mistake here and then chased his mistake. And sometimes you just have to accept that you make mistakes. You see him give the ball away here, and then he goes and chases it and he leaves Fred on his own. Sometimes you give the ball away, OK, stick with my man, we're all right. But no, he chases a mistake, and there we have it again. The same old spaces. Phillips can't do much. He's got to close down the first man. So it's a similar goal in many ways as the rest of them. Just that huge space in front of the back line for Leeds. Here we have it again, making the mistake, Incy, and chasing it.
Yeah, you're right. And again, if you look at Phillips again, it's Phillips again. He's looked at Fernandez, and then he's just lost him. And there's Fernandez with a lovely shot in the bottom hand corner. But no disrespect to Phillips as a wonderful player, but this is the 4th goal.
How basic is this?
He's made a hand in every 4 goals. It's basic football, and it's okay, great. Been on the offensive and wanting to score goals, but you've got to do things right. Midfield player, stay with your man, Lindelof. You won't get an easier finish from me. I think it's poor from Leeds.
Yeah, you expected that to be a centre forwards man or something. That's a sitting midfielder. Sitting midfielders have a nous. They have an understanding about tracking your runners. Well, he hasn't today. I mean, he's left massive spaces, and then even on set pieces, he's leaving his runners. So not the greatest of halves for Phillips.
Liam Cooper got one back, of course, but Manchester United 4-1 to the good. For his team by his supporters. Let's speak to somebody who's worn the Leeds United shirt in a Premier League game against Manchester United, the former Leeds striker Robbie Keane. Good to see you, Robbie. So from a Leeds point of view, what's it like to play in against Man United with a Leeds shirt on?
Yeah, listen, this is a very, very special fixture, of course. Back in the day, we used to play the games at 11:30, which was always good. The rivalry between the two teams was incredible. Very, very fortunate, very lucky to play in these games, and I'm really, really excited about this game, I have to say. I think the Leeds team that can give problems to anybody. The way Bielsa set them up, he'll go on the front foot, get in the faces, so it's going to be an intriguing game.
Intriguing, and we'll talk about the present day game in a moment, because I want to take you back to 2001 at Old Trafford. I would suggest that this fixture gets the blood flowing from both sets of players. Let's have a look at this, Robbie.
There should have been a red card there. Definitely a red card there. Probably, I think Dermot. I think the Irish connection with Dermot there. I think he's done me a massive favour there, to be honest with you. And me and Bex has actually spoke about this a few times. Obviously, we became teammates in LA. But I just said the rivalry between the both teams, and as you could see there. So, listen, handshake at the end, always good.
Where was VAR in 2001, Mr. Keane? Well, it's funny you should say. It was Dermot Gallagher refereeing that day, and just by luck, we've got him in the match, Mr. Gallagher, that day.
Did what, sorry, Steve?
Did you do that neutrally, that yellow card that day?
I don't think you should come between two Dublin boys, Steve. You should just leave us in peace. But I know my boss said to me on the Monday, how can that not be a red card? And I said, well, you've got the England captain and you've got you've got a Ireland captain coming up. You know, I thought referee the occasion rather than the incident. And he said, well, I'd rather referee the incident in future. And that was it. And Robbie's always said to me ever since, Derm, you did me a massive favour.
Fascinating memories, Robbie, yeah?
Great, yeah, absolutely great memories. As I said, we were very, very lucky there to certainly not get sent off. Dermot did me a massive favour. But as I said, the fixture itself, I think I actually scored a free kick there where Dermot, I took it too quickly in top corner. And he made me retake it, and then I think I hit the back of the stand. I think, if I remember correctly, Dermot. So you should have blew the whistle a bit quicker.
I'm older, Robbie, so I have to do it at my pace.
Dermot, thank you very much indeed. Robbie, in that game, Manchester United got a late equaliser. You remember who scored it?
I haven't got a clue.
Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
Well, there you go. Hopefully, listen, it's as I said before, it's an unbelievable fixture. Obviously, I'm sure he came off the bench, did he, Solskjaer, in the last 10 minutes and probably nicked the winner like he used to do. So I'm hoping today that the Man United don't nick any winnings here today. So I'm really rooting for Leeds, obviously.
Indeed. Thank you very much indeed. We will talk to you later on. Robbie, Solskjaer did get a late equaliser that day. How do you see this one with the contrast of styles? Or is it a contrast? Do they like to play the same way?
No, I think for once, I think you'll see United actually bloody defend deep and let Leeds come onto them. And then with the pace of Rashford, Martial, I think they'll have too much for Leeds, for sure.
Yeah, it's good, fascinating from a tactical point of view. You know Leeds play one way and one way only, all action, loads of energy. They've been the great entertainers, really, the Premier League so far, breath of fresh air. Manchester United